Carol, wait. Hi.
Hi, Mike.
Well, hey, wake up. This is Mike, remember? Boy with a golden heart and the memory of an elephant. Look, I remembered, see? Happy birthday, Carol.
Thanks.
Well, aren't you going to open it?
Not now.
What's wrong?
It's Dad. He didn't come home last night.
So what? You know it doesn't mean a thing. I mean, you know how he is.
What do you mean I know how he is?
Well, nothing. Where didn't he come home from last night?
Well, he went to Springdale yesterday to buy me a present. He said he'd be back before dinner last night, but he still hasn't come back yet.
Well, that doesn't mean a thing, Carol. I mean, it isn't the first time.
You're mean, Mike. And I don't want your silly present either. Here!
The electrons jump from one electrode to the other because of the difference in the electrical potential between the two poles. Now, this one is the negative pole, from which electricity flows to the positive pole. We call the positive pole what?
Anode.
Correct. The negative pole?
Cathode.
Good. If the voltage applied to these electrodes is increased to a greater amplitude, the electrical arc in turn will be greater. The larger the arc becomes, the more dangerous it is to anything that may be placed in its path. And one thing to remember is that the flow of electrons is always from the negative to the positive. The reason for this is that the positive pole has higher electrical potential. Now, in a simple voltaic cell, the positive electrode is made of copper, the negative of zinc. A similar experiment to the one we've conducted here was recently carried out at Wisconsin Tech, using a voltage many thousands of times greater, which produced a spark closely simulating actual lightning. It isn't the voltage that creates the hazard, it's the amount of current flow. If a man were to come in contact with a high voltage without a direct path to ground, it's probable that he wouldn't be harmed. However, if the circuit's completed to ground, the current will flow unhampered and cause him to be electrocuted. Now for our next experiment. If Mike, Carol, and Joe have finished their business.
I can't blame people for what they think. Even Mother says he must have run into some of his old cronies and stayed in town. He had his paycheck with him. But I know it isn't true. Not this time. He promised he'd be back. I know something's happened to him.
Sure it did. Maybe he ran out of gas. He'd never meet anybody on this road. Hold everything. What do you call that? Stuff, I don't get it. Stuck to the tree up there and stretched across the highway. I guess between two trees.
Who would do a thing like that?
I don't know. I don't even know what this stuff is. You know, it looks like there's been an accident around here or something. It figures. A guy driving along last night hits this thing stretched across the highway and cracks it up. See the glass? Wouldn't do too good for Joe's tires, would it? You know, maybe that's what happened to your old man.
Where is he now?
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that, Carol. He's probably hanging around some garage waiting for a busted fender to get fixed.
With love, Dad.
Okay, so he dropped it when the accident happened. What of it?
If he was all right, he wouldn't leave it laying here. And if he was in a garage, he'd call Mother and let her know. What's that down there?
There's no pickup truck.
That's what Dad was driving. It's Dad!
Good thing you got out of it in time.
What if he didn't? Dad! Dad!
Now, what good will that do?
Well, if he's hurt, he could still be around somewhere.
That's right, he could be. But he isn't. Unless he went in the cave.
Oh, he wouldn't go in there.
I never believed those stories about the cave. Maybe he doesn't either. You know, it got pretty cold last night. Suppose he couldn't walk far. I wanted to, well, keep warm until help came. Come on, let's go take a look.
Find anything, Mike?
No.
Do you really think he could be in there?
Well, I don't know. Wait a minute. Maybe I better go in. You wait here, will you?
Oh, be careful. Mike?
What?
You won't go very far, will you? People have gone in there and never come out again. Mike? Mike?
I thought I told you to stay outside. Now, what's the idea of following me?
Mike, I'm scared of being alone. Do you see any sign of him?
No, he wouldn't be right here near the opening if he wanted to keep warm. I'm going to go a little further in.
I'm going with you.
It's no use. He doesn't seem to be in here either.
Oh, let's not give up yet, please, Mike.
Who said anything about giving up? We're just getting started. Now, this cave is supposed to go way back under that mountain forever.
Dad? Dad! 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 Dad!
Cat.
How'll we ever find him in a place this big? Mike, let's go this way. Dad? Dad? Dad! I think we better go back.
I think you're right.
But I can't go without...
We might as well look a little further, I guess.
Mike, I can't see.
Are you okay, Carol?
I think so. What is this thing we fell in?
I don't know. Awfully sticky, though. Can hardly get loose.
No, I can't. It's just like glue.
You know, it's like that ropey stuff we found up on the road.
What's that noise?
I don't know. It's a regular net we're on, you know that?
There it is again. Mike, what is it?
I can't say for sure without having it analyzed, but it does look like a large piece of natural silk.
What did we tell you?
But that doesn't necessarily prove there's a giant spider. That part's pretty hard to swallow.
But we saw it.
Believe me, my son is not in the habit of lying, Mrs. Kingman.
That isn't what Helen meant. Whether we believe their story or not, the man to see about it is the sheriff.
Yeah, sure. See the sheriff. We did.
He didn't believe them.
Sheriff's office. Oh, yes, Mr. Kingman. What can I do for you? Well, don't go yet. It's only that high school teacher. Well, you know these teenagers as well as I do, Mr. Kingman. Yeah, what will they pull next, huh? Spiders. I told them to bring me one, and I'd believe it.
Well, I can't say I blame you, Sheriff. Naturally, I didn't call you up to get you to investigate abnormal insect life. But Flynn's still missing, I believe. The youngsters found traces of him out there. You may be doing yourself a favor if you looked into that.
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth, Mr. Kingman. The fact of the matter is I've got my Deputy Sanders out rounding up a search party right now. Get half a dozen men. Spencer, Haskell, maybe old Jake, anyone else that isn't busy. Bring them here and I'll swear them in. Well, I'll need those two kids with us to point things out. And if you want to come along, too, that's fine. Oh, don't you worry. We'll bring rifles in case we run into that spider. Anything else on your mind?
Well, speaking of spiders, are you sure rifles are just the thing? Insects have a pretty simple nervous system, Sheriff. You could plug holes in one all day and never hit a vital spot. If you want to be on the safe side, call the pest control people in Springdale. Have them send out all the DDT they can find.
Good. A giant spider. What next?
Well, bring your bug juice and let's go.
Hey, what are we using it on?
Does it make any difference?
Well, I've got to mix the DDT according to what you want killed.
What'll I tell him, Professor? Spiders?
A 2 to 4% solution is the usual dose.
Make it 50.
Which way, kids?
Straight ahead.
Some place. Make a nice elk's haul, you know that? You think we'll find that girl's pa in here alive?
We might. Spiders have a habit of studying their prey with venom and storing them in a silk bag till they're ready to feed on them.
And they eat them up, I suppose.
Not quite. They drain the liquid from the bodies, leaving only the skin and bones.
Man, what a mind you've got. All right, let's look for Flynn. And don't lose sight of the man next to you. No sense in anyone getting lost. Just a minute. This is a waste of time. You know something? I haven't seen a spider yet, and I don't think we will.
You will if he's still there.
It'd be just our luck if he'd moved into the next county.
I don't think you'll be disappointed. There's something in here, all right. You naturally expect to find a certain amount of wildlife in a cave, rats, mice, bats, and so on. But you don't. You've been frightened out.
Ah. No wildlife, eh, Kingman? That's about as big as they come, I'd say.
I wouldn't handle it if I were you. It might have rabies.
There, it's buried.
Want to say a few words over it, Sheriff?
It's your father.
When you get back to town, make out a coroner's report. Just put down Jack Flynn as the name, and the cause of death,
It was the spider. Drained all the liquid out of his body.
just put down cause unknown, and let the coroner worry about the rest. That's the trouble with you eggheads. You jump to conclusions. I know what I see, and I see a dead man. But I don't see any spider.
We can do something about that. Mike, where was the web?
Right through there. Wait a minute. You don't know what you're doing. You can't just walk in there.
Why not? Find any giant spiders, Sheriff? Oh, shut up. Get that DDT in here quick.
Here, you better put these on.
I suggest you spray that whole cavern so it'll get it when it comes back. Carol, do you think it'd be better if I talked to your mother first?
No, thanks. I can do it.
I really believe you can.
The box with the bracelet.
Are you sure you had it?
It was in his pocket. Maybe I dropped it in there.
You can't go back there now. The place is full of gas.
We'll come back some other time together.
Hey, Haskell, when you get back to town, tell old Warren to get right out here and board this entrance up.
Right, Sheriff.
Well, if you do, I'd suggest you put a big wide door in it. The whole world is going to want to come here and take a look at that thing down there.
Well, what's your idea? That the town should charge admission?
That isn't what I was thinking of. You know what we eggheads are like, Sheriff. We want to know why this, how come that, what about the other. That's a matter of scientific interest to find out what made that creature tick.
Well, it's too late now. It's dead.
The spider is, but not the principle that caused it to grow. That's still for us to discover.
Well, why bother?
We have to put an end to it. Otherwise, there may be more giant spiders coming into the world. They may even be hatching from their eggs in some remote spot right now. Do you realize how easy it would be for them to overcome us humans? Then instead of being the hunters, we'd become the hunted. They'd be our masters. They'd live on us.
What would you suggest the sheriff's office of River Falls do about it, Mr. Kingman?
Bring that spider up into the daylight, where it can be studied properly.
Well, if you want to do it, go ahead. But leave me out. It's not my job, and I don't want any part of it.
Okay, Sheriff. Ugly creature, isn't it?
I can think of more suitable subjects for my camera club to take pictures of.
What are you going to do with them? Send it to the papers?
Oh, just the opposite. One big advantage of living in an isolated mountain community like River Falls is not having reporters crawling all over the place. Yet. I'm going to send these photographs along with a complete report to Dr. Bergen. State you. Nancy, would you get me some close-ups, please?
Oh, sure.
Good old Bergen. I had him for biology in my junior year. You know, I know exactly what he's going to say.
Gentlemen, this is a perfect specimen. Exquisite, exquisite.
I can't quite appreciate the humor in it myself. I saw it when it was still alive. I expect the university is going to want it for experiment and dissection. Frankly, I'll feel relieved when they come and take it off my hands.
I can't say I blame you. It is a little unhandy.
Took a house mover from Riverdale to get it here. Cost me half my savings. Besides wanting my money back, I'd like to get the high school board off my neck.
Suppose the university doesn't go for it.
They'd better. Do you think I'm going to all this bother merely because I've come across a scientific wonder? Not a bit. Somewhere in that hideous carcass are the genes that control organic growth. Man, I better find out what made this creature so big. And find out fast, or we're all going to be in pretty serious trouble. Usually, if nature produces a freak, it dies immediately because it can't adapt itself to life. It's what we ordinarily call a bird spider. But the wonder of it is it's perfect, Fraser. Perfect in every detail. Fraser, you hurt?
Are you sure that thing's dead?
Sure it's dead.
Well, how come it kicked me?
It's just a muscular contraction. Galvani's reaction, it's called. It often happens.
Not to me, it doesn't. If it can do that when it's dead, I sure hate to meet it somewhere alive.
Don't, Carol.
I can't help it, Mother.
I know. I loved him, too.
I keep thinking it was my fault.
How could it be?
Never would have happened if he hadn't gone to get me that present. Now I've lost it.
You mustn't think of it that way, Carol.
Why did I have to drop it in that cave? I wanted so much to keep it, Mother.
Forget about it now, dear. You have your homework to get ready for tomorrow. Oh, and I forgot. Mike called you twice before you got home from school and said he would be at his father's theater.
Oh, thanks, Mother. Hello, Mr. Simpson. Can I talk to Mike?
Mike? You want it on the phone.
Oh, okay, thanks. Hello?
Hi, Mike. This is Carol. You said you'd take me out to the cave to find the bracelet.
You don't mean right now, do you?
If you can get away. Please, Mike.
Oh, Carol, not today. My dad just got in a new picture, and I haven't even seen it yet. Something about puppet people. It sounds pretty wild.
Please?
Okay, Carol. I think I can borrow Joe's car again.
Only don't come by the house for me. I don't want Mother to know I'm going out there.
All right, I'll be down at the corner in 15 minutes.
I'll be waiting.
I'll see you, Dad. I got a date now.
Where will you be? I said, where will you be if I want you?
Hey, Joe.
Hi.
Hey, you remember that $5 I loaned you?
Sure, it was last Christmas, and I paid it back.
Oh, well, all I mean is, I'm your friend. You know that,
You want to borrow $5?
Oh, no. Could Carol and I use your wagon for a couple of hours?
Again? What's the big deal?
Well, what do you care?
Look, we're friends, Joe. Just remember that.
Why don't you come to the rehearsal?
Look, my mouth is getting tired. Are we friends or aren't we?
Okay. The car's in the driveway. You'll find the keys in the
glove compartment. Where else?
Why do I have so many friends?
Thanks, Joe.
Sure.
Come on, Joe, we got problems. No soaps, it's off limits. I told you.
Look, we gotta get in. The dance is tomorrow night. Well, the cats will have a blast if we don't swing solid. Hey, let's get the janitor. Maybe he'll open the pad.
Oh, not with Mr. Egg-Leg still in there.
Well, they can't hang us for trying, can they? Hugo!
Hugo!
Hey, Hugo!
Hugo!
Who's calling Hugo? Well, now, what's the matter here?
We want in. We've got to develop our talents.
Well, you'll have to use the auditorium till further notice, principal's orders.
No can do. The drama class is there.
I can't help that. Kingman is just here checking up. Told me particular not to let nobody in.
Well, Kingman didn't meet us. He meant Squares. We're the coolest zoologists in town.
No, sirree. The moving people are coming here tonight to move that thing to the university. You can rehearse all you want to afterwards.
In the dead of night, Hugo, we're only little kids. Mommy wouldn't let us.
Well, all right, you monsters. And now I want you to behave yourself. Don't monkey with that thing.
Dig that? Now, the first guy who steps on Daddy Longlegs is going to hear from Hugo.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's big, all right. Hey, maybe the drama class is through with the auditorium. Let's blow this place. It gives me the creeps.
What is it, Superman? Chickening out?
Well, certainly not.
Well, then let's stop goofing off, huh? Now, guys, start with the opening number. And don't go to sleep on it. Play with everything you got. Loud enough to wake the dead, huh? Play it good and loud. Okay. Hey, what goes on here?
It's the drama class. What else?
All right, either you come in or get out. Don't stand there and scream. We're rehearsing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, okay, let's go.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Anyone comes for me, I'll be at Sanders' funeral.
I'll get it.
Great guy Pete Sanders was. You've got plenty to live up to. Sheriff's office, Cagle speaking. What? All right, Mr. Kingman. I'll meet you at the school. You stay here and answer the phone.
Helen.
What is it, Art?
Be a good idea if you stayed inside the house for a while.
Oh, well, I was just going to take the baby for his checkup and do some shopping for dinner.
Stay in the house, Helen, no matter what. I'll be back as soon as I can.
This is Sheriff Cagle speaking. How's that call to the Capitol coming? Well, hurry it up. We want action here.
Get off the streets!
Hello? Hello. Sheriff Cagle, River Falls. Hello?
Get off the streets!
Hello? Hello? Operator, I've been cut off. Okay, sister. Well, that's that. The long-distance lines are down.
I got my motorcycle out back.
How long will it take you to get to Springdale on it?
Maybe an hour, maybe less.
Go ahead. And get the governor on the phone. Tell him we've got to have troops from Fort Brown. Also flamethrowers and artillery. Tell him we need... DDT?
No good. That stuff just stunned it.
All right, Dave, on your way.
Wait, Dave.
All right, Dave, go ahead.
Still too soon for the troops to be here.
I know. I thought they might fly a few men in with whirlybirds.
I'll give them time.
Hey, isn't that Jake? Wait a minute, Jake. Where to, Jake?
I'm evacuating. That darn monster run me out of house and home.
Which way was it heading?
Toward Maple Street. I've had it.
Maple Street. Helen.
I think that's just right now. Come on, just a little bit.
It's gone away. Help should be here soon. Now take it easy. Just take it easy. Sheriff? Any news from Springdale yet?
Not a word. Good. Kingman says the spider's headed south along the old Higgins Road.
At least the town's safe.
Mike, will you help me look for it?
Yeah, okay. This isn't getting us anywhere. Why don't I buy you another bracelet?
Wouldn't be the same at all.
Besides, I'm broke. Well, when was the last time you remember having it?
Well, it was just before I fell in the web. I was up there, and then I stumbled. If I dropped it then, it should be around here somewhere. Mike.
Find it?
No, but there's an opening down here. Do you think it could have fallen through?
Hey, it looks like there's another cave down there. Maybe we can get into it through this opening over here. Come on. Wow, there must be hundreds of these caves down here.
Look for my bracelet.
Oh, I am looking.
guess you're happy now, huh?
Oh, I am, no kidding.
Good, then I guess we can go home. Let's see, which way?
That way.
Okay, only this time let me keep this thing for you till we get out, okay? Come on.
You got enough spiders around here. Well, help ought to be here soon now. Sheriff Cagle again, sister. How soon before those long-distance lines to Springdale are going to get fixed? Another 2 hours, maybe. Okay, sister. Keep working on it. Open the door, will you, Simpson?
It's Dave.
Where did you find him?
At the corner of Maple and Horton. He never got to Springdale for help.
That puts us right back where we started.
And all we've got to do is sit right here and wait for that thing to come back and finish us all off.
I was all in favor of sealing off that cave some time ago while the monster was still in it. Wasn't I, Kingman?
You can do it right now. It went back to the cave. Yes, sir, I've seen it.
The thing to do is to get lumber out there and board that entrance up tight.
Boards won't hold it.
Any better ideas?
You're the road foreman, aren't you, Mr. Haskell?
I am.
Do you have enough dynamite to blow up the cave entrance?
I can blow up half that hill if you want me to.
Okay, Sam, go ahead and get the stuff. We'll meet you at your place.
Right.
Simpson, you've been sworn in. Take care of the office for me till I get back. And call the coroner. The rest of you boys come with us.
Sheriff's office, Simpson speaking.
Oh, hello, Mr. Simpson. This is Joe, Mike's friend. Remember me?
Oh, yes, Joe. What's the trouble?
I better tell the sheriff.
Well, he's not here now. Maybe you'd better tell me. What is it, Joe?
Well, it's about my heap. Somebody mooched it off of me today to go for a ride. And it isn't back yet. After what that spider did this afternoon, well, I was just wondering if...
Well, it's a good idea to check. What's the boy's name?
Well, it was Mike and Carol Flynn. Did they get back yet?
No. At least I haven't seen them. Did they say where they might be heading?
No, sir.
Thank you, Joe. I'll look into it.
Hello?
Mrs. Flynn, this is Mike Simpson's father.
Didn't take us this long to come in, did it?
Sure it did. You just forget.
What time is it?
I don't know. I haven't got a watch.
Got a feeling it's late.
Still light.
Don't kid me. That's luminous algae. It grows on cave walls and it shines. Don't you remember Mr. Kingman told our science class?
All right, but from the next cavern you'll see daylight outside. You want to bet?
I don't see any daylight.
Goofed.
I've never been in this cave before either. We're lost.
I know.
Well, let's hurry up and find our way out.
That's what I'm doing. I figure if we just go straight ahead, we'll come to the part we know. Come on, let's go this way.
Mike! Mike, we can't go any further! Get in.
Gotta be another way out. What we gotta do is find it.
Mike, look. There's something written on the wall.
What did I tell you? There have been people through here before. George Weston. Lost April 9th, 1902.
Starved to death. I'm getting awfully worried, Mike.
Me too, Carol.
Oh, why did I ever have to bring you down here? It's all my fault.
Forget it.
What do you suppose your mother's thinking?
Well, they wouldn't tell her. She's in the hospital having a baby.
What about your dad?
He's a pretty good Joe. I think he can take it.
My mother can't. Not after what happened to my father.
Don't make yourself feel bad, Carol.
Don't you eat her then?
You know, all of a sudden I feel hungry.
Me too.
I just remembered I've got a candy bar with me.
All right, you man, make it snappy. Let's get that gear off that truck.
Carol always lets me know when she isn't coming home. Always. But today, I don't know, she just wasn't herself. She attached too much importance to that bracelet. Oh, I hope she and Mike haven't gone back to that cave.
Carol, do you see? This is the place where we got lost. Now I know the way it's through there.
But the spider, Mike.
If we stay here, it'll find us. Come on, let's run. There's the hole we fell through. We haven't got far to go now. Come on, climb up through the web. Come on.
I'm stuck.
Give me your hand. Give me your hand. Come on.
It's coming!
Bill, Pete, let's get that extra dynamite out of here.
Well, that'll be the end of our spider's nest, eh, Kingman?
And the spider.
That's what you said last time.
Now, this time it's for sure. It's gotta die. No living organism can survive for long once its food supply is cut off.
We'll be ready to blow her up in a couple seconds.
Well, let her blow when you're ready. Get right back, all you men. I don't want anyone hurt.
that Joe's car over there?
Well, yes, it is.
Please do something.
You sealed them up. You're going to have to open that cave and get them out.
Now, don't get excited. We're going to do everything for them we can. How do we go about it, Haskell?
Open up the cave again? That's easy to say, Sheriff, but it's going to take some doing. Well, we blew up tons of earth and rock over that opening. Brought half the hillside down.
Well, then we better start clearing it away.
It'll take days, maybe a week even.
Now, there isn't that much time. If the spider doesn't get them, the bad air will.
Well, then we better get going. The sooner the better. You've got a car. Go into town and get them to send out a bulldozer.
Wait, maybe a quicker way than that. See that flat shelf a little higher up the mountain? Suppose we dug straight down from there.
How about it, Haskell?
Looks good to me. Let's get those ropes, picks, and shovels out of that truck. Here's where we go to work.
You don't want to look at it like that, Mrs. Flynn. You've got to remember that cave is a big place, and those kids have a lot of sense. They'll find places where the spider can't get at them.
If we do dig our way in, what's to keep it from getting at us?
I don't know. What do you say, Kingman?
We gotta have some kind of an effective weapon against it, that's obvious. That power line across the hills. If we could bring a cable over from there.
Well, what for?
Well, let's see if we can electrocute the beast.
Know where we can find a quarter-mile of insulated copper cable this side of Springdale?
You might try the express office. Seems to me I saw a lot of that stuff in there.
You want to go for it in the truck, Simpson?
Yeah.
I'm sure you wouldn't waste any time getting it back.
How's it coming?
Not bad, but we have plenty to go.
Carol? Carol!
Where is it?
Let's go. Can you make it?
I'll be all right.
Struck granite.
Come on up and let me get down there.
Place we came in?
I'm sure it was.
It blew up the opening.
What did we do? What was that?
Sounds like blasting. But they know we're in here. I bet they're trying to get us out. Help!
Help! Help! Help! Help!
They can't hear us. Maybe if we get closer to where they're working.
Mike! Carol, we hear you!
We're
It's Kingman. They heard us.
This is the power line foreman, Kingman. He's going to help us when the cable gets here. I thought you'd be the one to brief him on what we're doing.
Well, my idea is to tie into that power line, take a couple of electrodes into the cave, get the spider between them, and turn on the juice.
We want to create an electric arc, you see, so it jumps through its body like a bolt of lightning.
You think it'll work?
It could. How about electrodes?
Simpson's bringing them. Have you got tools and rubber gloves?
In my Jeep. All we need is the cable, and I'm ready to go.
That could be Simpson now.
Ledge. If we can get out far enough on it, the spider can't follow us. Don't be scared. Just hold on to me.
Mike,
Yeah, what?
there's nothing to walk on over here.
Okay.
We can't get back.
Give me that pick. Does that sound hollow, or am I crazy? We broke through. You hear me? We broke through.
How are they doing down there? Is Carol all
We're
right?
going down after them now, Mrs. Flynn. It may take a little while before we find them, but we'll send up news as fast as we can. As soon as I get down there, pass along the cable and the electrodes. Keep it coming. See that I'm plenty of slack. No telling how much I'll need once I'm below.
But don't go down yet. Wait for the equipment.
No wait for the equipment. See you below.
The rest of you men follow that equipment.
Carol! Mike! Carol! Mike!
Hey, Carol, it's them! They're coming for us. What did I tell you? Hey, we're in here! Help! Help!
Why don't we split up?
All right. You men stay here.
Sheriff, better go armed.
Yeah, let's have my rifle.
Mike! Mike!
Carol, look!
Sheriff, this way!
There's a rubber glove. Put it on. Here we go.
Tell him to hook us up.
Okay!
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 Tell him to turn off the juice.
Hold it! Hold it! Hold it!
Let's get the kids off the ledge.
Oh, Sheriff, where's Carol? Where is she?
She's all right, Mrs. Flynn. We had a little trouble getting the kids off a narrow ledge they were trapped on. Excuse me.
Oh, Carol. Oh, I'm awfully sorry. I didn't mean to scare you this way. Honestly, I couldn't help it.
Mrs. Flynn. Mike, you're all right?
I'm okay. Guess I was a lot of trouble to you, wasn't I, Dad?
Come on, son.
Go on up. Well, it's all right. Everything's out of the cavern. I checked.
Yeah, thanks, Jake.
Good night, Sheriff.
Night, Haskell. Thanks for everything. Sure took you long enough down there.
I was checking up.
Anything left behind?
Nothing but a dead spider.
Well, this time he's going to stay dead. Dead and buried.
Well, let's say at least until some egghead comes along and digs it up again.
Yes.